Robert Brant from St. Paul, Minnesota. Currently, I've been fortunate enough to be 10-0 as a professional thus far. I've been boxing since 2007, so I've been it's about 7 years now. I'm doing my math correct, but I'm a boxer, so about seven years. I had about 124 amateur fights. I won the National Golden Gloves, the United States Nationals. I won the National Police Athletics League tournament, Ringside World Tournament, a National Adidas tournament, and the runner-up national title. And I went to a couple of international competitions as well, representing the country. So I had a little bit of experience coming up in the amateur, and I was really fortunate in the success that I had. But it's the good thing about the pros is everything resets right afterwards. It's almost a different sport. We're not fighting for points anymore. You're kind of fighting for punishing blows and ring generalship. So it's even though I'm glad that I had that experience as the amateurs in the past. I don't let that dictate what's going to happen in the future. Like I said, I don't automatically expect to be the #1 in the country, and as in the professional ranks. I got to earn that, just like I had to do it in the amateurs, where nobody can get handed it to you. You have to earn every fight. Same thing goes for the professionals. Just there's a lot more business in the way this time. In the sport of boxing, I just love it. My biggest thing is continue to enjoy it every day. And if I happen to pay off a house, before I'm 35, absolutely. That's was my main goal in boxing when I first started, was to become an Olympian. I fell a little bit short on that goal. And then as a professional, I'm not looking into it to be this multi-millionaire. If I can get, boxing gives me back a paid off house and a life that I can say I look back and be proud of the things that I did, know that I did everything that I could, and that's what I'm looking for out of boxing. I don't want to have any ideals that I'm just I want to become the next billionaire, next Floyd Mayweather or whatnot. It'd be great, don't get me wrong, and I'll work for it every day, but out of boxing, I want to really enjoy it and look back on it and be able to tell my kids that these are the things that Dad was actually cool once. Training camp's gone really well. We put in a good hard. Coming up to the fight, it'll be 8 weeks. Just really hard training, and I've been working with Jeremy Clark, who's also a player development coach for the LA Kings, and he's the owner of the gym they work for, Minnesota Top Team. And we've been working really hard with our strength conditioning and really kind of up in the gas tank. We have a lot of the experience. I think we have the experience level on and a lot of the athleticism. So we just really want to make sure the gas tank can carry it into our first 8-rounder. If it gets drugged in those 8 rounds, we're prepared to go hard for 8 rounds, not just fizzle out after 5 or 6. We want to be able to show people we can go with hard rounds as well, if need be. He was a tall 6'1" southpaw. We grabbed him. Kind of with the possibility of fighting Andy Coley in the mix. So we're looking for a taller 6'1" southpaw, and he happened to be pretty fast-handed. So I was pretty nervous for that fight. So we took the training camp down to Dallas, Texas, where I worked with a couple of past Olympians and guys I was on the national team with, and really that trip I kind of really found myself again, kind of really found my rhythm as a boxer, and really started to find what my style was going to be like as a professional. And I felt phenomenal. Like I said, we went down there and we worked really hard with our strength and conditioning. We were at the boxing gym twice a day. And we came back and we came to fight time, and then I had this idea in my head. I created this opponent in my head of what Demetrius Walker was going to be like. And I'm not taking anything away from him. He's a talented fighter. But I had worked so hard that I wouldn't say disappointed is by any means the word, but I went in there knowing that I had been brought up another level. Because he was a tough fighter, and I didn't expect to handle it the way that I did. Like I said, I want to say he was the toughest opponent that I've had to date, and probably one of the, I wouldn't say easier fights, but things were clicking that day. Yeah, I had really gotten extremely pumped up and ready to fight Lamar Harris. He got a little loud with his keyboard. He talked a little bit, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But it just really kind of gassed me up. Just kind of really got me in a training mode. And then when he pulled out, for a few, about a week there, it was kind of a little dismal feeling. Like it just training wasn't quite the same. Took a little bit of a dip in the middle there. But then once we got into that name and Mickey Starborough signed the contract, that's when all the excitement started to come back up. I know that he fought Caleb Truex in the past, and I'm a huge supporter of Caleb Truex. I'm a big fan of his. So it's like I want to be able to see, when me, Caleb, and myself are kind of around the same point in our career, see, how I measured up to where he's at, where he was at when he was at my point. So it's kind of a good milestone in my career, kind of just check and see where I'm at. Yeah, I love fighting in Minneapolis. It's great. It's really close to home. All my friends and family really come out, and they have a good time. I'm really excited to be able to sleep in my own bed afterward. That's always a big part of it. I'm just they can expect a really exciting fight. Like I said, I've trained really hard. We've really been working on sitting down the power shots, because I'm not really satisfied with the 50% knockout ratio being 10-5 knockouts. So really, we've been really kind of boosting up the power and the power punches, and not just going out there and chucking hammers at somebody and gassing out right away, but throwing them intelligently. So what we've been working on is just really pinpointing all the power shots. So that's where you're gonna hopefully see Mickey's shoe size. It's on and cracking like dry lips. It's official like a ref with a whistle. I'm in there like swimwear.
There we go.